What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here, bringing you yet another Battlefield 4 gameplay. Going on there in the background is going to be a Conquest round with the TG guys. We were rocking out some Siege of Shanghai. Pretty fun round, quite the diverse little bit of gameplay, good balance of vehicle stuff and infantry stuff. And I'll be getting to some of the specific scenes and segments of the round itself later, but first I do want to go ahead and cover the main topic at hand, and that is one of the things that they are doing for the Player Appreciation Month. DICE said that they would be doing some interviews, or seems what they're mostly going to be is just, question and answer type deal. I will have a link in the video description below if you would like to click on the link, and that's going to take you to one of the threads on to Battlelog, and it's, as of making this, it's got 168 pages. When I posted my question, it was around 34 pages, and that was about 24 hours ago. So it's got a lot of stuff on there. Battlelog is just a hot mess of just so much. Those threads, there's just like 100 being added every minute. But you can go and post your comment, and the answers are going to be posted by the end of this week. That would be, I'm guessing, either on Friday the 7th, Saturday the 8th, or possibly Sunday the 9th. So one of those days, make sure you get your questions added on there, and make sure they are questions, not just commentary or complaints or anything like that, because they will be ignored. So what my question was, I'll go ahead and tell you guys what mine is. It's on there if you can find it on page 30, 40 something or another, whatever it is. But I'll go ahead and save you the time. And the question, mine was real simple. I just focused on one thing that's kind of been bugging me, and I'll have it up here so you can read it as well. I asked, are there any plans to make the many different methods of deploying smoke, whether it be the M320, the throwable smoke grenade, and the XM25 smoke variant, are there any plans to make them more effective? Currently, the clouds of smoke are too small and don't last that long. I think that the size of the cloud needs more of a buff than does the length. And then I go to say, are there any possible plans to add any new abilities for the commander? And I tie it in with my first question. I think that a deployable smoke cloud could be a cool ability for the commander. And I do think so. I think that would actually be really, really cool. I think it would mostly benefit in Rush, and we don't exactly see a lot of commandering on Rush because it just doesn't happen. So that's kind of a bummer, but I feel if there was just some way to get a big push towards smoke usage. It was actually a pretty legit tactic in Battlefield 3. It's very enjoyable. And in Battlefield 4, they've added even more ways of getting smoke out there, yet smoke usage sucks. And I hated that fight that you just saw there in the background. I'm sitting in that dadgum vehicle, just gunning people down. I finally get out to shoot the people I see on the minimap, and then I get caught in a reload. But this is crazy right here. We're sitting in this elevator, and smoke just comes out of nowhere, and I have no clue what's going on. I didn't know when the elevator's door opened, so we end up having to ride all the way back down and all the way back up. But this right here is just one of those moments I love about Battlefield. I mean, how many games, and this is actually nothing all that fancy schmancy. It do end up taking out 2 of the spawn beacons, and I feel like the building was about to collapse. My aim was going really weird and bouncing around. So only in Battlefield can you just jump off of this skyscraper, parachute on down to the lobby, and then take a whole bunch of dudes out in the lobby with a dadgum military vehicle parked in the center of it. I mean, that's like something out of Die Hard. It's just, I mean, it's such a cinematic kind of thing. It's really nothing all that fancy schmancy. It's incredibly dynamic. I mean, none of that is planned. This obviously it's a balance between dynamic and the trigger. It's just always fun to see, and the way that wobble and the way it changes up the map, always a very pleasant thing. Now what you're about to see here is, well, it's the first part of Deja Vu. It's just coming down here and as-valing these dudes, 2 dudes right there in that little spot. If you sit here, it's a great vantage point because you do have so much good protection from that whole area, but you gotta either be quiet and listen for those footsteps or just stare at that corner because people come down there so often. that I don't know. I take people out all the time that sit in that little lobby area, the counter area, and I just come down those stairs, turn the corner, and then kill them. But this part right here was hysterical. I get taken out with the mini, a real long distance mini. Props to that guy. That was a pretty lucky toss that it arched down that, I don't know what you would call it. It's not really a cliff, but he just got a really lucky nade. But yeah, start this out using up a whole lot of straws to take out that APC that kind of fell off that side. And one of the other TG guys kind of swipes my kill. So I'm really low on straws already. And we've run into this tank. Now, we got our support guy. He actually deployed the MP apps, I believe is what it's called. And so this tank, you notice, it's actually being really, really handy. Right here, it's having to charge, but it absorbed the first 2 tank shots. How this tank didn't get blown up, I mean, I hit it with 3 straws. We had other TG guys hitting it as well. Finally, we get some ammo bag out. But it's a little too late because this guy right up here, I don't know if you know, we're getting shot from this guy right there. I saw him on the mini-map, and I don't know if that MP apps is protecting me anymore from the tank. That's why I was a little hesitant on getting this guy, but I go and get him, and look, I just instantly die. I thought that I actually died from fall damage, but the tank finally realized that that MP apps is absorbing a majority of his shots, so he just decides to go and run us over, and I choose the worst possible time to jump back down. It's very aggravating. Very funny, though. And this right here, this little fight, I go initially to shoot this tank, and I start hitting the APC. And it's pretty long distance. I get him again. I figure, okay, yeah, he does know I'm here now. And he just starts taking so many pot shots, and he hits me twice there. I hit him again. I know I'm going to go through all my straws, and I figure I'm probably not going to get this guy killed. He's probably going to kill me with a lucky shot. He does hit me again with one of his rounds, and I'm just so scared that one more shot's going to come and hit me. And I figure at one point he's probably just going to back off and not care. But I actually get him there. You guys really need to learn to use that straw because you can get some awesome kills when using that thing. And alright, here in the elevator again, doing some good teabagging. And this is another epic thing. Just taking an elevator to a rooftop, and look, hitting the chopper with a rocket, having all these dudes parachute and bail out around, like, this is just, it's moments like that are just completely random and just completely awesome. And again, just hopping out, jumping down off a rooftop. I was going to go try to save UNC, but he ended up snagging the kill himself. And right here, that epic explosion. Notice how we don't have a commander. And look at the vehicle. It's kind of glitched out there. But we do not have a commander. That was actually 3 times at this... Oh, and here's the deja vu. 3 times in this round, a enemy commander Tomahawk launches right down almost on top of me all 3 times. And I don't get why I never died. It was really, really mind-boggling. And then here, I find this random tank. Yeah, it's damaged, so clearly the guy bailed out, but nobody else thought to steal it. So I snag it, get a real quick kill, and then I fail at driving because a car pushed me into that little pillar, and I get stuck on it a little bit. Always getting stuck in the geometry, but tanks, Sabo round, that's what you get right there. They're just so good at sniping. That's another thing, guys. Aside from the straw, you really got to learn to master the Sabo round of the tank because you can just snipe infantry. You know that snipers are going to stand still to get their snipes. You know infantry or the engineers are going to stand still to get those rocket shots. And those are the perfect moments when they're standing still that you can just get easy Sabo shot, one-shot kills on them. And it's just so gratifying because you know that thing has such little splash and that you're getting those instant just direct impact shots. So hope you guys have enjoyed that. Go post your own question and ask Alan Kertz. And if he actually responds and picks one of your questions as it, please share that here. I would love to see if he answers any of your guys' questions. I will do the same if he answers one of mine with the smoke comments. But hope you've enjoyed all of this. Have a good one. Ta-ta.